Good morning. Here's Jessica Lohman from Ethical Brand Marketing. And yeah, I'm out on my daily dog walk, on my morning dog walk, and it's just so beautiful here. If you just listen, the birds are chirping, spring is really coming. It's just a beautiful morning, and it's just amazing. I wanted to just hop on real quick and talk about veganism for a little bit. It's almost been a year since I made the switch from being a decade long or more than that. I mean, in 1992, I became a vegetarian, and then after a few months, I was like really energyless. It was horrible. So I started eating fish again, just basically because I didn't know what I was doing back then. I mean, that was like 1992. I still don't know how to cook. So it was like, right after college, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I started eating fish again, and about 6 years ago or so, I stopped eating fish. I don't know why it took me that long to figure it out, but yeah, it just is the way it is. But then last year, after several attempts, I finally made the switch, just basically because of cheese. Yeah, that's a big problem for a lot of vegetarians who just love cheese. I'm part Italian. From New York, so yeah, pizza is a staple, or was a staple for me, and the New York Italians make the best pie in the world. So when you're raised on that, it's kind of hard. So anyway, but one thing, because a couple of weeks ago, my daughter asked me, "Hey, Mom, what are you going to give up for Lent this year?" And we started this tradition of giving up something for Lent like a couple of years ago, like maybe, I don't know, 6 years ago. And I used to do it as a kid. I was raised Catholic, but my husband is German and he was raised Lutheran. And, we're not really doing it for religious reasons, more for detoxing reasons. So he always gives up alcohol, so no beer for him. Oh, well. And, but this year, last year I gave up. Oh, there's something. There's a bunny. Oh, hold on. That's when life happens. Oh my goodness. I gotta show you my dog. She's crazy. Look at this. She's a Labrador. Can you see her? Yeah, can you see her? She's a Labrador, and so, yeah, no, honey, no. We've seen a lot of wild out here today. Yeah, before I hop back on to my Lent story, yeah, we already saw 3 deer. It was very, very, very foggy out here, and the 3 deer just stopped and looked at us for a long time, and then they finally kind of trotted off. But my lab was very good. I don't think she could see them that well, and she finally smelled them, but she was good. And then we saw two of these European red squirrels. They're adorable, and that kind of freaked her out. And now this bunny who just came right up to us. Yeah, it's just gorgeous out here today. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you, I always come here to this part of the woods when I want to when I really want to see nature, when I really want to see the wildlife, because this is guaranteed wildlife area, and I cannot let her off the leash. I cannot let her off the leash, my little Labrador. Look at that. She's just sniffing. Yeah. Anyway, this may happen again, so yeah, we'll just see. Anyway, so my daughter asked me what I wanted to give up for Lent, and I thought about it, and at one point I gave up dairy for Lent, and that was horrifying, because it was when I wanted to become a vegan, but wasn't quite ready mentally. So it was just not a good experience. So I actually waited a whole year. And last year I gave up alcohol. And now I've done that a couple of times. And the first time was popcorn, just because my daughter suggested it. I was like, okay, I could give up popcorn. That's not a big deal. Another time was chips, and yeah, whatever. And this time I thought, you know what? I give up my favorite foods every single day. I mean, and I don't want to say that to be negative, But I mean, vegans, seriously, we don't have it easy. I live out in the country, out in the woods, and in Germany, and a meat and potatoes kind of place, and I don't have any support here, hardly ever. I have to bring my own food to my mother-in-law's house because she doesn't do vegetables. She just doesn't. And I mean, thank God my husband cooks, because I don't really like to cook. I'm taking a course to learn the joy of cooking, but I don't really like to cook. I love to eat though. But anyway, so he loves to cook, and he does cook vegan, and I'll cook my little vegan patty or whatever. I'll make something, and but he does do vegetables every single time. What's my dog doing now? And look at her. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, but I told her, you know what, hon, I give up everything. I give up a lot of my favorite foods every single day: cheese and pizza and lasagna, and so I think the sacrifice is real and is enough. Sure, I could give up alcohol, sure, because I love German beer, sure. And I could give up chips, I could wipe out a bag of chips in no time. Vegan chips, I do, make sure it's vegan. But sure, I know that's not healthy. Or like peanut butter, I'll just spoon that, no problem, right? So I could definitely give up these things, but I was thinking, you know what, this year, no, I'm just not ready for it. Because I'm still mourning pizza. I'm still mourning cheese. I'm still not quite there emotionally yet. I will get there. I know, I am aware that milk is gross, and that there's pus in milk and all that stuff, and that, ew. And I know I'm doing it for a good reason, but also the work that we do in ethical brand marketing, we're trying to help you change your industry. So we're trying to make changes in these industries. I would seriously love to eat cheese again if it's made ethically, and if it's, if the cows are actually out on the pasture, and if they're treated fairly, and if they don't kill the not kill the baby, sorry, if they don't take the babies away right a couple of hours right after birth, and if they don't put pus in the milk and stuff. I mean, gross, but I don't know, if things are just done differently, I wouldn't have so much of a problem with it, right? And so, and other people wouldn't either. So, we're trying to make these changes in our industry, and kind of having this mentality that I have, that I am sacrificing for a good reason. It kind of drives me. It kind of motivates me to keep on going, and I hope it does you too. And also, because we love animals, and we don't want to see them suffer. And we, if I could, I'd love to have a cow for a pet, but it's too much work, I think. So I'll just stick to my lab and my cat. What's she doing now? She's exploring. Anyway, so I don't know, I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, and see what you guys think. And let me ask you this question: what changes do you want to make in your industry? What drives you to make these changes? Is it something that you saw that, you just couldn't take anymore, and you were like, I can do this better? And let us know what changes you're making, and what drove you to make those changes, to do what you're doing in your business, because that's how business starts, and an ethical business starts, and how you can keep going, how you can continue to be inspired to do what you're doing, because once you finally see changes being made in your industry, wow, that's amazing. So anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and I know it took a long time, I'm sorry, but it's just so gorgeous out here, I kind of don't want to go back inside. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and rock on. Okay, bye.